Not to discredit any of you women that have had babies and go through what you go through. We cannot have babies. I don't really want one. Like, to push one out, that seems like that's a lot.
How are you today?
Yeah.
And so, let's see, today 38 weeks, 5 days pregnant, and blood pressure is normal. You've gained 6 pounds since you were last here. And let's see, also all of your labs came back normal, so you won't need any IV antibiotics at the time of your delivery. Your Group B strep culture was negative. And questions at all today?
Why did she look at me?
Because you're the one who always has the questions. So, with this job, he's...
Oh, yes. Okay.
Oh,
so
not that thing. Oh, we not doing. I don't want to do that.
You're
I
not
don't
trying
want
to
to
do
do
that?
that. No.
Okay, so what did
It was too much.
I can't even just call him and be like, hey, I'm going into labor.
Well, technically, you can.
Gershom, be quiet and let me talk.
No.
I asked you if you wanted to eat, right? Okay.
I'm not getting involved in that.
But we, like, if I call, it might take them a minute to, depending on what kind of job he's on, it might take them a minute to get him off. Okay. Because I have to call the yard first, then the yard has to call him. Right. Actually, I have to call, like, the customer service. Then they call his yard, and then the yard has to call him because he's, like, on the train or wherever, and then they have to get him from the train back to the yard.
I see.
And then he has to drive home.
Depending on if I'm not in the actual yard that particular day.
Right, because he might be on the train and they took the train somewhere.
Yes.
I see.
Yeah.
Okay. So I have a couple of suggestions about that. So we could potentially schedule an induction.
That's what we were talking about.
But there's a glitch with scheduling an induction with Methodist Willowbrook. So there is, and it's following OBGYN guidelines and all that. They follow stuff by the book, which is fine. I mean, it's for your, patient safety and everything else. So your cervix has to be doing something in order for me to schedule that. Right. So it has to be soft, or it has to be open a bit. I mean, it has to be doing something. It can't be like closed and
But do you think it'd be closed by the 27th?
I don't know.
Right, I don't know. So we're all on the same page.
Well, it's simple. I can take off, and then she can give me like $1,000.
So that's what I was saying. Because
so yeah, that's what I'm trying to figure out too. Now the other thing is though, is say
there's more options.
Well,
the $1,000 is still on the table. I'm just saying. That's not an option. She never said no.
I'm just gonna give you a scenario.
Okay.
So say you do go into labor, and say you are working. It's not like the baby's gonna fall out.
That's what I told her.
It takes a long
I
time
figured that much
for first babies.
And I'll be back in an hour.
12 hours, 24 hours, 36 hours. I mean, it takes a long time. So he will have plenty of time.
I figured
to get to where you.
You just got to be calm. That's the thing. She got to be calm till I get there. But knowing her, she probably won't be.
Yeah, she'll be all right. She'll be all right.
Okay.
Okay, so 37. Perfect. Right where you should be.
So you start.
Yeah, messing with it. Okay, heart tone's right around 140. Normal.
Well, y'all got to put that stuff on anyway.
Because it conducts, it won't conduct or make any sound as well if you don't have the gel. Yeah, it's like a conductor. Hey. Slide back up. Yes.
Whoa.
So nothing's really happening. Nothing's going on.
She's not even a centimeter, is she?
No.
I knew it.
Not even.
You got a long way to go.
But that could change though. That could change at any point. So, yeah.
All right, guys, time for the questions. The baby questions that you all asked. in our other video.
Do you want more kids later in life?
Yeah. Two and done. That's it. Boy and a girl.
I want the same.
Alright.
Alright, so this is a question for both of us. Did you want to get pregnant or was it an oops?
It was neither, I guess. It was both.
We knew what we were doing.
Right. We weren't oblivious to what we were doing.
Yeah, and we already had to talk about it like.
Yeah, but let's just say we weren't necessarily ready either.
Yeah.
We didn't know it was gonna happen when it happened.
What's your due date?
January 27th to my birthday, supposedly.
Pretty soon.
Probably won't happen, so.
Yeah. When do you want to have the baby? Do you want to have the baby early, late, right on time, or does it not matter?
Well, I guess you can go first and I'll answer that question after you.
Okay. I want him to come. Like, he needs to come.
So pretty much your answer is now.
Soon.
I'm ready for him to stay in there as long as he possibly can.
True.
I mean, you gotta think, once he out, and he is gonna be crying. He's gonna be just a lot, and it's okay. It's understandable, but while he's still in there, let's keep him in there.
Yeah. How did you pick the baby name? You found the first name.
Yeah,
we were looking online, and we were trying to like look up like baby names for boys and baby names for. Actually, the girl's name was already picked out, but we were pretty much picking out baby names for boys. Yeah. And he found Malachi, and then your mom picked out the middle name, and then yeah. So.
And then I picked my last name out too.
And then what's your guess on the baby's weight? Well, at our last doctor's visit,
she's gonna be 9 pounds 10 ounces.
No, I hope not. She told us he's 6.5 pounds.
Ow, my neck. Ooh, working out, y'all. Trying to get back right.
She said he's 6.5 pounds, but like, I feel like he's probably gonna be no more than 7.5 to 8 pounds. That's my guess. How long did it take to find out you were pregnant? We found out when I was 2 months.
Well, that's an odd question.
No, it's not. Is that like, did you find out right away when you were pregnant? Like, did you find out at the beginning? We found out when I was like 2 months pregnant.
I thought it was 3 months.
It was 2 months. Okay. The 3 months is when we went in for the ultrasound. And this is a question for me. How did you tell Gershom you were pregnant? Well, we pretty much found out together. Well, I found out before you because I looked at the.
Yeah, you had to really want to pee.
Right. So, you want to tell the backstory about that?
Well, we'll get to your question soon. There's somebody that has a similar question, and then we'll talk about that.
Okay. Will you guys be doing a labor and delivery video?
Yes, we will be having a labor video. We more than likely won't have a delivery video because that's what we can't do that at the hospital, or I guess any hospital here in Texas.
What's his name?
Malachi Isaiah Matthews.
What was the hardest part of your pregnancy?
Okay, so the baby wasn't planned, but was planned. We were already going through a couple of things when we found out. Then we were trying to financially get right. Then I didn't know how to react to her changing hormones. And then just a lot of stuff was going on. So what was the question again? So I can make sure I answer it correctly.
What was the hardest part of the pregnancy?
Oh, right. The whole damn thing.
I think the hardest part for me was adjusting to the constant changes that my body was going through. And because like at first it was the fatigue and the throwing up. Then like the rest of the pregnancy, I haven't had morning sickness or anything like that. So that's good. I know a lot of people that have it all throughout. But like the back, like right now, the back aches, the trying to get comfortable in our bed with the big old pillow, because Gershom be trying to get his space.
We have a queen bed,
but it's a huge pillow,
and it's a very big pillow, and I be damn near finna fall off the bed. So it's like,
but it's like I have to get like, cause it's so uncomfortable to sleep without it, like, cause my belly be like leaning on to the side, and then he'll get to one position, and it's just like, yeah. And when I said he, I meant Malachi to me, Gershom, but yeah.
And I just want to make a disclaimer real quick to all the fellas out there that are actually fathers that have been through pregnancies with women, not to discredit any of you women that have had babies and go through what you go through. We cannot have babies. I don't really want one. Like, to push one out, that seems like that's a lot. It's too much. I don't want to do it. But I just want to like shout out the men, because y'all don't just like the people that don't have kids and wonder like why I said that the pregnancy was hard for me, and it's like, well, you're not the one carrying the baby. Like it's mentally gone for me. It's physically and mentally messed up for her, but it's also mentally and sometimes physically messed up with me because I don't get sleep, just like she don't get sleep.
It's draining.
Yeah, it's like, that's what I'm saying. So like for some of y'all that, because I know there's probably gonna be some that be like, well, you're not doing it. A lot of y'all women do that, man. You're not carrying the baby, but it's like you gotta understand. Like I'm there at every doctor's visit. I'm financially trying to get things right. I am up when she's up for like 95% of the time. When she's messed up, like I'm up trying to make sure she's good. Like it's a lot that goes on with our side of trying to make sure the family good too. So shout out to all the men there. That's what shout out to all the men that are actually have been through the pregnancy and are still there caring for your kids. Shout out to y'all. That's all I want to say about that. So next question.
What's the easiest part of the pregnancy?
When he comes.
That's not pregnant anymore. The pregnancy.
That's a good answer. The easiest part was, I think, I don't know, you can answer that until I think of my answer, I guess. I don't have one right now. I told you, look, this is a very eye-opening experience. So we had to kind of be defeated to learn a little bit. We kind of really like this. We actually may have to do a video about this, maybe like a in-depth video about it, maybe. It was a lot. It was a lot.
I think that the easiest part was the information, getting the information, because all throughout the pregnancy, like we didn't know what was going on. Like we got a little bit of information from the doctor, when we went into our visits, and she would be like, so what's going on this week, or what, how are you feeling and stuff like that. We would ask her questions, but like even doing research on our own when we're trying to figure stuff out, I think that was the easiest part, because you could just really look up anything, and we have, the book that we've been reading. So,
and I actually thought about the actual easiest part of the pregnancy. Everybody that got us something, everybody that's asked us how we doing, that I guess in my eyes helped us, because we didn't have to worry about like, with a pregnancy and just with a kid in general, it's extremely expensive. I get what you're saying. And so like for us, it eased our minds knowing that we actually had a few people that really cared enough to get us stuff. So I say that was the easiest part, actually, that knowing that we didn't have to worry about getting certain things.
What was your reaction when you found out you were pregnant? That's what you're getting down there to that question.
Yeah.
Okay. You wanna?
It was bad. For both of us. We had just got down to Texas, and we were kind of battling about a situation that kind of brought us way down from Chicago, and
we were arguing.
We decided to go and see if she was pregnant. And instead of us waiting to find out if she was pregnant, while we were still heated with one another, she went to the bathroom to see if she was pregnant, and she was. Now, of course, when she found out first, like she said, she was like, it was overwhelming probably. She was like, whoa, like, oh, snap, I'm pregnant. This is surreal. I was still in the room heated. So it was like, when she told me, I was still heated.
He didn't say anything. I
had really nothing to say. And y'all gotta understand, y'all probably was like, well, it's your first baby, should you been happy? Y'all gotta understand, we're not gonna give y'all the backstory of what we're talking about, because that's not here nor there, but understand that that's how heated the conversation, the argument was. And so it was like, that argument and that whole situation had effects on, oh, I'm pregnant now, because that's how it happened. She was like, oh, hey, I'm pregnant. And it's like, oh. Because
that's exactly what you said.
Because of the conversation we had, it was me thinking about so many different things. So it was unfortunately hard for me to be like, oh my God, this is great. Like that's our story on it.
And then I cried.
And it kind of sucked. It sucked because I was happy at the end of the day, but it was just like I was worried too because of what we talked about, because of what was going on. So
we were at the hotel. I think I walked out the hotel room because I was just crying.
Yeah, it was.
We were like very emotional at that moment because I was very emotional. Well, emotional can be because you were upset. I was angry, right? So it was like, and then I was expecting, because again, like he said, like that's a big moment, you finding out. So like when I told him, I was expecting him to be like, oh, but I shouldn't have really expected that because he was mad. So it's just kind of like, and then that kind of brought everything back to.
It's like this, y'all, and this is how raw it gets. We're human. All that stuff y'all see on TV, when you're mad and then something big news happens, you're like, oh my God, everybody hug it out. No, it don't work that way. You know, if you're upset and it's something that it was like really pressing and it was a big deal, it's like, it don't matter what, you know, you could be getting $10,000 in the back of your mind, you're still thinking about that particular situation. So you're like, oh yeah, man, okay, cool, I'm gonna get some money. But dang, this situation, it was, that's how big it was. There. Like, it was a very big problem.
Yeah.
And so like, a lot of y'all probably gonna be like, oh, Gershom, you bogus, man, that wasn't right. Like, you gotta understand, we're human, you know, and that's just what happened with us.
But then we came back.
It was, our entire relationship has been imperfect though. Not imperfect, but it's been different. I'm not saying perfect. It's been different.
Different things, different situations and stuff like that. Nobody's perfect. But like after I had left out, I think you came to like look for me.
Well, yeah, I mean, because I mean, at that point I felt a little bad. I was like, oh, you know, she did just definitely said like, oh, okay, wait, we having a kid. Well, let me rethink what just happened here.
He came and he was like, you know, trying to comfort me and stuff, and then we talked about it, and it was like we were fine after that.
Yeah, it was
more so like, okay, so now we have to readjust and forget what we were talking about, and it's like now like we're having a kid. So. Yeah.
So that's our story on that. We wish it was like a fairy. No, I don't. I don't like fairy tales. I like stuff to be raw and unedited, man. This is what it was. It is what it is.
But everybody always asks that, and we'd be like,
yeah, that's just like one of those things. Like we don't. It wasn't a good time. Let's just say that it wasn't a good time between us. It wasn't like we was like it wasn't like horrible, but it was just a very bad situation. It was a prolonged bad situation, and that's what made it. It was bad, but it's okay. It's kind of over with now, so it's not a big deal.
How does it feel for you guys to be parents for the first time?
Well, technically we wouldn't know, because he ain't here yet.
I mean, but parenthood doesn't start when he comes. Parenthood starts.
No, of course. I feel like, how do I feel? I feel like I have a obligation to something else other than myself. I feel like I have to be a better me. And I feel good, I guess you could say. It's a good feeling because it's like I said, it's not, you're not just living for yourself at this point, you're living for somebody else. And for some reason I've always wanted to do that. I want to care for somebody else other than, I guess, a wife, I guess you could say. Like, you can care for yourself technically. And I'm just like here to help you. But like care for an infant, care for somebody, care for somebody that can't care for themselves. That's the best way I'm trying to say. Care for somebody that can't care for themselves, and then like just mold them into trying to be the clearly a better man than me because I got too many flaws. So I mean, everybody got their flaws, but I want him to be like as good as can be. Ain't nobody perfect, but as good as he can be.
And I'm glad that like you're here to be a part of his life too, because. Like I was saying, I grew up without my dad, you know. And,
as did I.
And especially, you know, with my brother and stuff like that, I really felt like if he had a male role model in his life, he would probably be doing a lot better than how he is. Because you do need that. Like, it's very hard for a mom to play that role where she's mom and dad, you know, trying to be the disciplinarian and the comforter. So I think that it's very good that... for our firstborn, like it's a boy, because that's what we both wanted, and we get to help him to grow up to be the man that he needs to be. You know what I'm saying? Yeah,
I think just like you said, because I grew up. I mean, I had a stepdad, but it wasn't like he was always in the picture, unfortunately, and it happens, right? We all know that. But my mom, she was more so the enforcer than the lover, so it was like I kind of missed out on kind of getting that love and affection, and that's why sometimes I don't know how to present it to anybody else. So that's what I'm going to be working on, like trying to be
more affectionate,
like an affectionate father, you know, so that he knows like, hey, I'm not just the enforcer, I'm not just the person that gets you know when you get in trouble, you come to me. I ain't trying. I'm like gonna try my best not to do that whipping stuff. Like I don't feel like that helps. That's effective.
There's so many other ways. Your child.
So I'm gonna stray away from that because I know too. That I unfortunately have like a slight anger problem. And no, let me rephrase. I'm tired of people saying that, and I'm tired of me saying I have an anger problem. I don't have an anger problem. I get angry easily. So if I get angry easily, I don't want to be the one that goes to, one, I won't put my hands on him because he's too young and he's too small. Now when he gets 16, he probably gonna have to get, you know, what's up, run up. But right now he's too small, and so I just know I get angry fast, and I don't want to be the first thing I do when I get angry is to grab a belt. I've seen it happen to nieces and nephews. I've seen it happen to other kids where parents would go and grab a belt, curse them out. And it's like, you don't gotta curse these kids. They don't know nothing. You ain't gotta hit them because he don't want to go to sleep. Like, you don't need that stuff.
They feel like they're not loved.
Right, and that's what, so like I want to learn how to do that more. And that's what I've been trying to focus on. Trying to be more affectionate.
And the same thing that you were saying, wait, we've been talking. I would just want to make sure that how does it feel to be first?
Well, that's still kind of part of the question, right?
I was about to answer, but I was like, wait, what was the question again? Yeah,
y'all know we ramble.
So, I mean, I agree with you. Like, I want to make sure that our child knows that we love him and that we will always support him and care for him. And I want him to grow up now. Like, we were talking about it. We were like, oh, we're not going to like try to spoil him. But like, this is our first child. And like, we want to give our child the things that we never grew up doing. And you can say spoiling, but like even the little things, going out to the park, going like on family trips and doing little stuff,
and
because
that didn't happen too often in my family.
Right. It was a lot of stuff that we couldn't do. And it's like, now we'll be able to do this, and we get to do this with our child. You know what I'm saying? We get to experience, and like Gershom was saying, like he gets to kind of, when you become a parent, and especially when they're so young, you kind of get to relive your childhood a little bit, because you get to do a lot of those things that you did as a kid, but you do it with your child, watching movies. I
was about to say, but to understand, we would not be the ones that are, you gotta be a football player. You gotta be a baseball. No. I would love him to be a football, baseball player. But if you don't want to be that, you want to be a ballerina, gonna be a ballerina, man. It's whatever. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna come out there with you. I did ballet too. So, you know, I don't care. We're
gonna be the supportive parents too, like with our child. If they want to try something new, if they want to say, hey dad, I want to do this, I want to do this, we're going to be there to support them. And because there was a lot of times where I wanted to do stuff growing up too, and even my brother couldn't play a lot of sports, and he was very athletic and he should have been able to play sports, but it's like, when your parents aren't there to support you, it's really, really hard to do a lot of things. So I just want to make sure that he's able to.
Sneak peek. Y'all gonna be able to see some of this stuff when he grows up. Make sure I hit the notification bell. Wait, well, I just try to like plug my own.
You're like, y'all, like they're following us on this journey.
Watching the video,
you guys know,
so
but
clearly y'all gonna
a lot of his, and that's why I'm so excited that we started this YouTube channel. And when we started a year ago. We didn't even know
about a baby.
It wasn't even about.
But that's all y'all care about.
No, but it wasn't even a family channel.
That's what I'm saying. Like, all y'all cared about was.
And now I'm actually excited that it is a family channel, because it's like, we're gonna document these things anyway, but we actually get to share it with you all. You know what I'm saying? And like,
MGM
actually, and it's really cool that you guys like comment and stuff, and you tell us about your stories, or even like you guys are going through the same stuff that we're going through. Somebody's pregnant, they're commenting and stuff like that. So it's cool for you guys to see our experience, and for you to share, share you all's experience. Yeah, and I'm like, being first-time parents, like I tell him all the time, like every day, and you probably be getting tired of me saying the same thing, but I just, oh my God, like I can't wait.
I'm not about it's definitely surreal. Like, we're gonna have a whole living being, maybe an alien, but a living being. Days. You know, in there, he low-key an alien until he can start talking, which is gonna.
He's a man.
That's when you learn the art of ignoring. I already know it. Oh, my neck.
Oh, sorry. Dada.
But you know the
knocking on the door and stuff.
Shut up, Journey. You in trouble.
Guys, thank you guys for commenting all of your questions, taking the time to share your experiences with us. We're so happy that you guys are, again, following us on this journey. Make sure you guys stay tuned. The entire MGM fam. Yes. Even y'all that don't hit the notification bell, don't know what we be talking about. It's okay. We like y'all too. Yes. We don't love y'all yet, but we like y'all. No, I'm just playing. So, thanks for watching.
Peace.